Have you ever pondered about who Buddha was and what he stood for? Let's delve into the enigma that is Buddha. Born as Siddhartha Gautama in ancient India, he was destined for a life of luxury and power. As a prince, Siddhartha was shielded from the world's harsh realities. His life was one of grandeur and opulence, with every desire at his fingertips. However, a fateful journey beyond the palace walls led the young prince to confront the world's lamentable truths. He saw old age, disease, death, and asceticism firsthand. These encounters shook him to his core and sparked a profound realization. He understood that suffering is an inevitable part of human existence and that material wealth and pleasures provide no real escape. In search of the ultimate truth, Siddhartha decided to set aside his princely life. From a privileged prince, Siddhartha chose to renounce worldly pleasures and embarked on a spiritual journey. This marked the beginning of his path towards becoming the Buddha. What does it take to attain enlightenment, to become a Buddha? This is a question that has intrigued many. Siddhartha Gautama, a prince from the Indian subcontinent, embarked on this very journey over 2,500 years ago. Leaving behind his royal comforts, he immersed himself in rigorous practices, striving for a profound understanding of life and its suffering. His pursuit led him to the shadow of the Bodhi tree, where he vowed to meditate until he found the answers he sought. Days turned into weeks, and after 49 days of unbroken meditation, a moment of profound realization dawned upon him. He had attained enlightenment, a state of supreme wisdom and inner peace, free from ignorance, greed, and hatred. This moment marked the birth of Buddha, the enlightened one. Siddhartha Gautama had become the Buddha, awakening to the true nature of reality, a state of perfect wisdom, compassion, and freedom. Siddhartha Gautama, upon achieving enlightenment, became Buddha, the awakened one. What did Buddha teach to the world after his enlightenment? As the story goes, under the Bodhi tree, Buddha found the answers to the suffering of life. His teachings, distilled into the Four Noble Truths, are the essence of Buddhism. The first truth acknowledges the existence of suffering. The second discerns the cause of suffering, mainly desire and ignorance. The third truth is the cessation of suffering, which is attainable. And the fourth is the path leading to the end of suffering, known as the Eightfold Path. This path, like a compass for moral and ethical conduct, includes right understanding, thought, speech, action, livelihood, effort, mindfulness, and concentration. It is a practical guide for leading a balanced life. Moreover, Buddha introduced the concepts of karma, the law of cause and effect, and nirvana, the ultimate liberation from the cycle of birth and death. Buddha's teachings are not just religious doctrines but practical guidelines for leading a meaningful life. What does it mean to be a Buddhist? Is it merely a religion, or is it something more? In truth, Buddhism is more than a religion. It's a philosophy, a way of life. It's a path that encourages us to foster compassion, to cultivate mindfulness, and to pursue inner peace. It's about understanding the impermanence of life, about embracing change, and about learning to let go. It's about seeking truth, not in scriptures or in the words of others, but within ourselves. Buddhism isn't confined to temples or monasteries. It's in our homes, our workplaces, our hearts. It's in every mindful breath we take, every compassionate act we perform. And this beautiful philosophy has spread across the world, touching millions of lives, transcending boundaries of race, culture, and language. So you see, to be a Buddhist is to embark on a lifelong journey of self-discovery and spiritual growth. Buddhism is a path of practice and spiritual development, a journey towards enlightenment. So, who is Buddha and what is Buddhism? In the simplest terms, Buddha was a man named Siddhartha Gautama, born into a royal family in ancient India. His journey from a life of luxury to a quest for the answers to life's deepest mysteries led him to a profound enlightenment, a state of mind free from ignorance and suffering. Buddhism, on the other hand, is the spiritual tradition that grew from Buddha's teachings. It's not a religion in the traditional sense, but a philosophy, a way of life. It provides a path to follow, a path focused on mindfulness, compassion, and understanding, aimed at achieving the same state of enlightenment that Buddha himself reached. The core of Buddhism lies in the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path, outlining the reality of suffering and the way to end it. It's about seeking truth, fostering compassion, and living a life of mindfulness and wisdom. Buddha is not a god or a prophet, but a guide who shows the way. And Buddhism is not about worship, but about walking the path towards enlightenment.